Welcome to Gardening for Bats. This is a project by Bat Conservation Ireland with funding from the Heritage Council. Bats are mammals and give birth to a single pup in early summer. There are 9 species of bat resident in Ireland and they all eat insects and other invertebrates. Bats are protected species because they declined so much in many parts of Europe in the 20th century. We can do a lot to help bats by boosting biodiversity in our gardens, protecting and creating roosts, and ensuring the landscape is connected for bats. The Gardening for Bats project is a response to a question we often get asked by members of the public. What can I do for bats? For this series of short videos, I've been in the fortunate position of being able to visit a number of beautiful gardens in counties Meath, Dublin and Wicklow to see what gardeners and communities have done to encourage pollinators, birds, biodiversity and of course bats to their green spaces. I visited Sharon's garden in Ballyfermot in Dublin to see the gorgeous wildlife sanctuary she's developed in a small suburban back garden. I also visited Rosie's showstopper garden in Meath, where she's been planting herbaceous borders and flowers that attract nighttime pollinators and are good for bats. I also visited the Kingfisher project in Harold's Cross in Dublin on the banks of the Poddle River, where a local community tends allotments and teaches sustainability and the circular economy to local school children and other visitors. I visited Wild Acres in Wicklow, where owners Brian and Gilly decided that they wanted to rewild for wildlife. And finally, we've taken a look at my own fairly chaotic garden here in County Meath to take a look at the native plants that I've sown here and also ones that have spread here naturally. There are an estimated 2 million gardens in Ireland covering around 350,000 acres of land, and that doesn't include balconies that are increasingly common in our urban areas. Gardens are hugely important spaces for us. We like to play, socialise, store things, dry clothes, and be creative in our gardens. People who garden are likely to benefit from lower stress levels and better mood. Increasingly, people want to combine using their gardens for all of these purposes, as well as supporting biodiversity and wildlife. We've created some videos under the following topics. Easy techniques that you can use to garden for bats. What features you can develop in your garden to encourage bats. Choosing plants that are good for insects and therefore good for bats. And finally, seeing as one good turn deserves another, how bats help you, the gardener. There are many ways anyone with an outdoor space or who's involved in community or tidy towns initiatives can help bats. Imagine how much we could benefit wildlife if we all did just a little bit more to boost our biodiversity. For more information, see gardeningforbats.com or watch the rest of the videos in this series.